Hello, good morning. Welcome to the 2021 Burton District Chamber of Commerce Annual General Meeting. I'm Chris Plant, the Divisional Director, and we are live from Hardy Signs this morning. I have with me Nick Hardy, Shaun Gray, and just off camera, Pam Wallace, and I will chair today's proceedings, which will be the official Annual General Meeting business, and then we will have an opportunity to hear from both Nick and Shaun. This is our second virtual Burton Annual General Meeting, and we had hoped, as you know, to be in Burton Albion Football Club by now. But let's remain positive as we work towards the 21st of June. Most businesses that we know in Burton opened yesterday. We congratulate them on their resilience and look to work with them as we move forward. The wheels of business in Burton are turning and turning faster. Before we begin, I would like to share a couple of my own highlights from the last 12 months. We can't get away from the pandemic and COVID, and for me, the Chamber has been the go-to organisation supporting over 18,000 businesses in Staffordshire alone. Support with grants, HR issues, skills, training, access to alternative finance. We ran the Emergency Grant Fund programme during the darkest times, and now I'm glad to say we're receiving resoundingly positive feedback. Things are picking up for the majority, and we are here if you need us. Please reach out to us and the team. We devised COVID support grids, daily communications, ran webinars, and lobbied government on your behalf. Not to mention the Brexit guidance, general trade advice, and all the other help and support from the international trade team. Policy continued to run Growth Through People campaigns, devised all manner of toolkits, and have been an asset to our organisation. We continued to run events online, received great numbers. The press team worked hard on our daily e-news, raising the profile of our members in Burton and the region alike. Locally, the team have worked incredibly hard to support our members. I take the opportunity to thank Pam, Max, Costas, and Dan Joyce locally, and all of the team centrally, and most importantly, our members, including my divisional council, who are the reason we exist. We're really proud to work for our members and to support you. Now, finally, before I move on, a couple of things to look out for. We've got less than 3 weeks to apply for the Greater Birmingham Chamber Awards. The Future Faces Awards launched this week too. We will work within the guidelines to move sensibly towards physical events and look forward to meeting you in person soon. Now, on to the official business. Pam, any apologies?
No apologies.
Can we all go through the minutes of the last annual general meeting? These should have been circulated in advance. And if we can go through them one page at a time, if anybody's got any questions or amendments. Page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Would somebody from the Burton Divisional Council sign those off for me, please, with a wave? Okay, L, I can see L, thank you very much. Are there any matters arising from those minutes? Again, if you could pop them in the comments box for ease. Okay, so we now move on to the President's report from Nick Hardy for the period 2020-2021. If I can hand over to our current President, Nick.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Today, as you're aware, is my last day as your Burton District Chamber of Commerce President. And it is with great pleasure that I do pass on my duties to Shaun Gray. Shaun's been a great advocate for the area, and he is the European MD of fellow manufacturer Ginho, and he's supported me expertly during my 3 years as president, as a vice president. But before we do hand over to Shaun a bit later, we have compiled a short video of my 3 years in the hot seat, and I'd like to play that to you now. So thank you, Jess. Thank you for joining me for my final message as Burton District Chamber President. Under normal circumstances, I would have completed my term as President back in 2020. However, it was decided I should continue in my role for another 12 months. My primary goal has been to strengthen the link between Burton and Greater Birmingham Chambers of Commerce, whilst continuing to increase the membership and bring patrons on board. The role has offered many new insights I hadn't considered beforehand. In my first week, I was interviewed on the BBC regarding the Trent Bridge works. Later in the role, I appeared on ITV to discuss the impact of COVID-19 on regional businesses. I've also regularly spoken to BBC Radio Derby, the Burton Mail, and Derbyshire Live, discussing various topics such as the success of Burton businesses, flooding back in 2020, COVID-19 implications on jobs, and also Brexit negotiations and their collective effects across the region. As part of the role, I have also attended many events. Amongst them, I was delighted to speak at the opening of Grupo Antolin's substantial expansion in Barton-under-Needwood, leading to the creation of over 150 jobs. For 3 years as President, I've taken part in the annual sleep out at the Pirelli Stadium for Burton YMCA's biggest annual fundraiser, and I've encouraged other businesses to participate. I really hope that Shaun will continue this tradition and help raise much needed funds for our local YMCA. I've also been very proud to speak at Let's Do Business Expo and the Manufacturing Expo at Staffordshire County Showgrounds. Just a few days ago, I had the pleasure to take part in a tour at Wiltshire's Waste and Recycling new £10 million recycling facility right here on our doorstep. On behalf of the Chamber, I've met with numerous businesses in the town centre to discuss their issues and explore how the Chamber can assist them. For this campaign, we liaised with the MP and the local council. During the No Brexit Deal campaign, I submitted a question to Parliament, which was answered live by Hilary Benn MP. I'm pleased that the EU and the UK managed to agree on an initial deal. Over the last 2 years, we've also worked closely with Chris, Costas, Pam and Max and the whole team within the Chamber to bring on board some fantastic companies as patrons for the Burton division. Currently, we have 7 patrons, including my company, Hardy Signs Limited. Despite the uncertainty, membership numbers over the last 3 years have remained strong. Your hard work must be celebrated. And the Greater Birmingham Chambers of Commerce annual awards are a great way to do this. I would urge all businesses based in Burton to submit their nominations before the deadline on Friday the 4th of June. I would also encourage you to empower all the young professionals across your organisations to enter the Future Faces Awards. To keep our local talents in the region, we need to step up our mental and professional support towards our future business leaders. Over the last 15 months throughout the pandemic, the Chamber has helped members to access grants and business advice, facilitated business connections through virtual networking and across social media. Has also advocated a business voice to the Parliament and other key stakeholders. These have ultimately kept the business community united. Okay, so thanks for listening to that. I hope you found it interesting. It's certainly been an interesting 3 years, but I'd now like to hand over to Chris, who will continue with the meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. I think that video just about sums up everything I could possibly say in words, and it just shows the massive contribution that Nick has made over a 3-year period to Burton Divisional Council, town, wider area, East staffs. He's been a fantastic ambassador locally, welcoming new businesses that arrived in Burton from an inward investment point of view. He's also made sure that Burton's voice is heard regionally and, as you saw, sometimes nationally. I'd thank him personally from a professional and a personal level. He's always been there to help, to host, to open events, and he's been a genuine pleasure to work with. And I think you've been, as I said on LinkedIn, an awesome president, very genuine, very committed and passionate about your local area. So a genuine thank you from me, Pam, Max, locally. If I can bring in our new Group Chief Executive, Henrietta.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. I'd like to add my thanks and congratulations to Nick on an incredible 3-year term. You've certainly seen a lot of change during those 3 years. Can't say it's been a boring term for sure. But very honestly, I just want to say a huge thank you for your ongoing advocacy, engagement, your leadership. It's been brilliant getting to know you through Chamber Council, through engagement with the Burton Committee, and seeing the way you've been driving forward the profile and engagement with Burton Chamber. And I have absolutely no doubt that will continue under your new president. So thank you again, and really look forward to continuing to work with you. And I know we'll come on to the committee shortly and new committee members. But very much see presidents and the committee as really that beating heart of the local chamber, keeping us really focused on what really matters and makes a difference for local businesses. And as much as it is a strange and challenging time out there in many ways, though lots of positivity, lots of opportunity on the horizon, it's in these times that organisations like the Chamber, as Chris has outlined, make a real difference to businesses. So I'm looking forward to working with you all on making that happen as we move ahead into this next phase. Thank you again, Nick.
Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you, Henrietta. Well said and great stuff, Nick. We'll now move on with the remainder of the official business of the meeting, which is, as you can see from the agenda, the election of our new council members for the 2-year period 2021-2023. Before I get there, we've got 2 resignations from council this year, one from Peter Hardingham and one from Fleur Robinson. I would just like to put on record, and for the minutes, Pam, that, you know, a genuine thank you from me, Nick, Vice President's Divisional Council, to both Peter and Fleur. Peter's been a long-standing member of our council, very much our retail expert, champion of the town centre, and also represented our small local independent retailers really well too. He was an avid contributor to Chamberlink and other chamber policy work around retail, so thank you, Peter. Fleur has now left Burton Albion Football Club, as we all know, publicly to join Ryan Reynolds Wrexham, so we wish them best of luck on and off the pitch. Fleur's been a brilliant ambassador for sport and leisure sector, champion women in business, investing in young people and improving mental health and well-being, to which the Chamber partnered a number of events pre-pandemic at the football club. So I'd just like to officially thank those 2. And now I can get on to the nominations for election to the council for a 2-year period, 2021-2023. And we are pleased to say that the board unanimously voted that Simon McAlpine from Infinity Solutions and Karen McElroy from FCM PR will become the latest additions to our very strong Burton and Chamber District Council. Just to tell you a couple of things about our 2 new additions. Simon's the Chief Commercial Officer at Infinity Solutions. He is a previous award winner of Chamber Awards, both in Staffordshire and GBCC and the Burton Mail. He's been a successful networker and holds a great relationship already with the Chamber. He wants to strike up valuable partnerships with our many members and drive the Chamber forward. So I would like to put forward Simon, and then Karen. Karen's been a Chamber member for over 10 years. She's got 25 years experience in PR and comms, proud track work delivering successful strategies, and they are a long-standing member of the Institute of Public Relations, and Karen will work with us to raise the profile of the Chamber and is really excited about doing so. So I think we've got 2 fantastic additions to our Chamber. If I can get somebody to propose that those 2 are elected for a 2-year term, 2021-2023. Chris, can you wave, because I can see you at the top of my screen? Chris Els. Thank you. And a second. Al, I can see you again, if that's okay. Thank you. And then just again, for the purpose of the minutes, they will join the following re-elected council members for a 2-year period, and they are Andy O'Brien, Chris Els, Dawn Ward, Nick Hardy, Shamim Akhtar, Simon Chapman, Neil Howie, Wayne Pendlington, Shaun Gray, El Warrener, Jay Hensman, Stacey Brown, Richard Walsman, and last but not least, Lindsay Watson. So that rounds up our new Burton and Chamber Divisional Council, and now I'd like to move on to the election of our new Burton District Chamber President. It should come as no surprise as he's sitting on my right hand side who that is. I do feel like I'm being flanked by two bouncers, and then with the size of them, it's got to be surely the tallest president in Chamber history. We'll look into that. So I would like to hand over to Shaun Gray, who would like to outline his options for the next 2 years.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure and honour to take over the reins of Burton District President of the Chamber of Commerce. I must give great thanks to Nick for the outstanding job he's done and his extended time during the last year and a half. It's been very difficult for businesses locally, regionally and nationally, with COVID and Brexit both creating uncertainties. Nick, the Chamber Council, Chris and all our members and staff of the Burton District have done a fantastic job in supporting all our members and companies locally and regionally to help navigate these difficult times. I look forward to working closely with the Chamber Council, Nick and Chris over the next coming 2 years, continuing the great work that's and building on what has been achieved in the recent years to continue the growth of the membership locally and within the wider Birmingham Chamber. Burton is a town with a proud history and commercial centre for trade, with some of the world's best known brands and companies being from Burton and its districts. Burton is a great place for business to be based for many reasons. It's the centre of the UK, has great transport links, sits within the National Forest and has an amazing pool of talent, local talent and entrepreneurs. Being part of the Chamber is a great way to find local and regional support and advice, and it's like being part of a big family of like-minded individuals, companies and businesses to encourage growth within each other and the support. The support provided by the local chamber and the wider Birmingham Chamber is fantastic for local businesses, the economy, employment and obviously the wider community. I really look forward to working with you all over the next 2 years, continuing with all the hard work and effort that's been achieved. And yeah, I look forward to getting around and meeting you all personally. And as I say, continuing where Nick's left off and working closely over the next couple of years. So thank you.
Brilliant, welcome. So we've now officially unveiled Shaun as the new Chamber President. We look forward to working with Shaun. We look forward to getting back into our local Burton base within Burton and South Derbyshire College. And as regulations permit, some local physical events will really raise the profile of the Chamber. The growth hub and the online and the support will remain there for you all. Please do reach out to us, communicate with us, use us. We are genuinely here to help you. We've got a great local team and a great wider team behind us to help with all aspects of business and just give us the opportunity by communicating and asking us any questions. So that really does bring to the end any or all of our official business. I've got any other business on the agenda, but I'm happy to open that up to any questions if anybody has any for either Nick or Shaun or myself. If you could pop them in the box. It's more a case of thanking Nick and welcoming Shaun. If anybody wants to unmute themselves and ask a question or raise a hand.
I have a question in the meantime.
Nick has a question, yeah.
Do I have to hand my medal back?
Nick has to hand his medal because Nick's medal is it stems back, it's got a history. So Nick will be handing that medal over to Shaun following this meeting at the photo opportunity, but will be awarded a medal that he can keep. I'm sure, Henrietta, that is the new way. So we will get a red and Chamber branded medal for you to keep as a token and a genuine thank you for everything that you've done. Any other questions other than medals? No?
Well, I'd like to just thank Chris actually while we're on record for his hard work, because as you know, he looks after 2 chambers and he does it admirably. And so well done, Chris, and also for chairing today.
It's not my favourite thing, as you all know, but I'll try my best, and you know, we get through it all. So thank you, and I'm genuinely grateful to my council and the local wider team. So I think with that and no other questions, I can't see any other in the chat box. We'll close today's annual general meeting. I'll thank you all for your attendance. Look forward to working with you all as we move forward, and look forward to supporting you, Shaun, over your 2-year term to pick up on Nick and presidents before him have done and really lead the charge for Burton. So thank you and have a good remainder of your day. Bye from Hardy Science.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.